Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video, and got some pickups to go over today, mainly because I had two boxes delivered, one from RightStuf, one from AmiAmi. But before I get to those, I have to get to one title that actually arrived last month, but I really didn't feel like shooting a video for a simple Blu-ray disc release. And this is, of course, the Media Blasters Blu-ray release of Ladies vs. Butlers, which I happened to pre-order on RightStuf a little over 2 years ago when they first opened up the pre-orders on these, and Media Blasters first announced the title license, and it just, between delays and delays and more delays, I can't believe it took 2 years for this to come out, actually, after the announcement. So finally it's here, and for those of you who aren't into fan service and ecchi titles, go ahead and skip away from this, because that's basically what this one is. Kind of one of those guilty little pleasures. But as far as a plot, Akiharu Hina is our main title character. He lost his parents when he was young and was adopted into his uncle's family, and decided to enter a boarding school by the name of Okay, I'm going to butcher this. Hakureikyo Academy. Sorry. Because he no longer wants to burden his relatives. He takes the exam for the school and succeeds in entering the house management department, so that's where the school trains basically servants, butlers, maids for high society. So he wants to become a butler, but with his appearance, he really does look like a delinquent. Basically frightens the girls, who pretty much make up the entirety of the academy. There's actually only 3 other males, or, well, supposedly 3 other males. One we know, if you've watched this, no, and one other you could basically question, but yeah, he is actually male. But he's basically unable to get along with pretty much all of his classmates at first, and he meets his childhood girlfriend, Tomomi, who's basically one of those two-faced people that nice to your face but bites you in the ass when you're not looking. And she traumatized him many times when they were younger. And of course he also meets the other one on the front here, the blonde, who is Selenia Iori Flameheart. And she basically chases after him at first because of his looks and calls him suspicious, but basically as the show goes along, she and he, well, I don't know so much about get along, more that she kind of has an infatuation for him, and he's just blockheaded and doesn't get it. But, okay, that's enough on this one. Like I said before, it's just a basic Blu-ray release from Media Blasters. Nothing too fancy to look at here. Although I will say, as far as the discs go, they did put some nice character screenings on these. So, glad to kind of have this one after 2 years, but a little irritated I had to wait that long. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the ones that arrived today. Now, myself, I didn't actually order much at all from this year's Christmas sales, but quite honestly, I've been collecting anime for almost 10 years now, and there's not really a lot out there that I really need to buy anymore, or feel the need. It depends. I probably mentioned this before, but I haven't been too excited about quite a few of the releases in the past couple seasons as far as what I would end up buying. So I know RightStuf had some great titles and a ton of stuff available. It just, most of it didn't really interest me, and I don't really feel the need to go out and rebuy a lot of things either to have them on Blu-ray now. I'm still perfectly happy having the DVD releases. But let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got today. Okay, first off, this is pretty cool. They're going back to putting in the little sticky notepads again. Now, I have a large block of these that I collected about a year ago. The only thing is, unfortunately, that first run of these post-it note things, the sticky didn't really last too long on them, so they aren't very sticky like they used to be, unfortunately. And I ended up just kind of throwing them away because they honestly wouldn't stick to much at all. But nice to see that they're going back to putting these in again, because I thought they were cool, and I took some of them to work and even used some of them there. Let's see, we also have a little ad in here for Corpse Party Tortured Souls from Made in Japan, division of Sentai Filmworks, Section 23. And we also have La Corda d'Oro Blue Sky, which, yeah, okay, for me and my interest, probably not something I will pick up, but hey, it's out there if you're into that. And of course, we have a couple things here mentioning, you know, you can also go to the clearance bin and start finding a couple loose items there, maybe towards collecting something. But quite honestly, it's getting to the point with that clearance bin that it's so picked over, and it's also expensive to find the other items out there on Amazon and eBay that I don't really go that route anymore for older titles. Alright, I'll take this, set this to the side, and put this here, and we'll start out with Hayate, the Combat Butler. This is the motion picture Heaven is a Place on Earth. This was actually released back in 2011. That's, wow, 4 years ago already. Released in theaters August 27th, 2011. Apparently over in Japan is a double bill with Maho Sensei Negima Anime Final. Film was licensed for streaming and home video by Sentai Filmworks back in August of 2015, so a couple years later. But you know, if you've seen my other videos lately, Sentai went on a spree licensing, thankfully, the license rescuing the first season that Bandai originally released, as well as releasing the second, third, and fourth seasons, and now, of course, the motion picture here as well. And I believe there are still some OVAs out there, so maybe there's hope that they'll go ahead and license those and put them in a release eventually, so we can get the entire Hayate universe all released on Blu-ray, which would be really cool. As far as the plot of this one, Hayate, Nagi, and the gang spend the last days of summer break at Nishizawa's countryside vacation home, but a mysterious spirit has concocted a scheme to separate the butler from his young mistress in a closed-space amusement park that Hayate visited when he was young. So, kind of looking forward to getting a chance to watch this. I've seen some clips from a couple years ago, but I decided just to play it safe and kind of keep my fingers crossed for a full release, and avoided the temptation to fan sub this one, so be good to have a chance to check this one out later. And we have one other pickup from RightStuf to get to, and that is the premium edition release from NIS America of If Her Flag Breaks. Now, most of you know that generally I have always ordered my NIS titles through NIS Direct instead of through RightStuf. However, I've kind of had a change of heart. As much as I really would have loved to have gotten whatever the bonus item was that NIS would have sent with this if I'd ordered it through them, when they changed their free shipping policy from $50 or more to get free shipping to $75, I've found it a lot tougher, unfortunately, to buy through them, as this was only like a $55 release, I believe. on their site, and the RightStuf had it on sale for like 47 or 48. So you don't get the premium free gift by ordering it through RightStuf, but at least with RightStuf I could get the free shipping a lot easier, and all I had to do was combine this and the order for Hayate, obviously, to get the free shipping on it. So anyway, though, the quick overview of the plot on this one. Sota, being a new transfer student to the Hatakaya school, he has the ability to see the futures of everybody around him in the form of flags that appear on the top of their heads. And he is able to affect those flags based on how he interacts with that person. And he ends up basically living in a small dorm with many beautiful girls. And when he finds a death flag on himself, he learns that in order to be able to change his fate, he has to find and bring together 4 people: Princess Knight, a magician, a cleric, and a shinobi. We'll just go ahead and kind of take a quick look at the box on this one, because this is one of the new smaller box sets that NIS is releasing. I think it's too bad they're going away from those long, tall boxes that they used before, because quite honestly, I think I've said this in a previous video, that I would prefer to have them all the same in the shelving unit that I prefer to display them in, but at least the quality is still here. They're using the very thick, as you can see, thick chipboard art boxes for this. You know, you're not paying an arm and a leg like you are for an Aniplex set, but unfortunately Aniplex on so many anymore is going to those flimsy, thin cardboard boxes that don't keep very well on your shelves and like to get damaged easily. But kind of look at the artwork on the back there, and we see we have the English renamed title on the top and the spine there, and information on the bottom quick for you. Yes, it is Blu-ray release only, it is subtitle only, and it is hard subbed, so you cannot, as you can see there, turn the English subtitles off. Of course, they do this to try to prevent some reverse importation, people from Japan buying in the US titles and trying to save a lot of money, because, yeah, getting something like this with all, what is it, 10, 12, 13 episodes. 13 episodes would probably be 7 releases over there, and like 2 episodes for $60 each, which, oh my god, I could not see paying that much, because definitely you would have to pick and choose for sure which ones you buy and which titles you basically stream, or for those of you who go the fan sub route, you know. But it's too bad. Obviously there's a lot of great titles out there, but thankfully we get the cheaper, for the most part, releases here, thanks to Funimation, NIS, Sentai Filmworks. But Aniplex, well, that's the trade-off. If you want it faster, you pay the big money for the Aniplex route. And since we're on the subject of Aniplex, I did mention previously that we do also have one figure pickup here from AmiAmi that I wanted to get to, and sort of Aniplex related, in that they got the 3rd season of Working / Wagnaria. I would prefer to go with Working, however, of course, due to licensing restrictions and that being used for another US title, we of course had to go with Wagnaria for the release here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this one quick and show you what we got. Yes, the mini Popuras are back again. Senpai love like crazy, because if you remember from one of my other videos that I did pick up a set that had 9 of the little Popuras from the opening. Well, here is the second version with 10 mini Popuras as well to go with it. Now, I also have one of the 2 Yamada sets, so still waiting for that second Yamada set to pop up on AmiAmi. but this was a pre-owned pickup, and just looking at it right away, pre-owned, yes, maybe, but never taken out of the shrink wrap though, because every little Popura in here is still in her plastic wrap. So with shipping, I actually picked this one up for only 40 bucks, which I thought was a great price. So hopefully, before too long, I can get a hold of the Yamada release of this as well. But I'll show you the quick reverse side of the box here too. There you go. This is the special second edition, and the difference between this one and the first one, other than having 9 and 10 figures, the first one that had 9 had 8 that were basically identical, and then one with the frowny face. Well, here we have 8 that are identical, and then you could almost say 2 specials. One like I don't know if I want to say angry or upset or agitated, and then we just kind of have the docile Popura to go with all the happy Popuras. So, Senpai love at its best. Okay, and before I wrap this one up, I just wanted to go through a few of these figures that I've actually taken out of the box and kind of been trying to find room for, which unfortunately I really don't anymore. I do need to buy another shelf here soon to start displaying more of these figures on, but I didn't really feel like a bunch of these game price figures that I picked up last time I really wanted to do unboxing videos for, because they're not really expensive figures. For the most part, they're not really sought after, so just kind of cool to have them out and displayed, and I just wanted to take care of that quick. So, like, we have the Yuki Nagato on the end here with the guitar and the amp, which is really cool. The only thing I didn't like about it, and this again was one of those cheaper game prizes, was that the way they wrapped the cord for the guitar in there. I don't have a hairdryer, unfortunately, so I think that's about the only way to get it from being so coiled up. But if I could figure out a way to get that coil, that kink, taken out of the cord there, or the what they fabricated into a cord, that one would look a little bit better. But otherwise, I really love that figure. That is cool. The disappearance of Yuki Nagato, more like the real life version of her almost. I think that's a very cool one as well. It's a really large size figure though, definitely out of scale with a lot of things, but then again, you know, now here I have another one of her, only this time this is the schoolgirl outfit, and this is the, kind of change my angle here a little bit better so you can see that, because you can't tell if you can see the glasses on her there or not. But again, that is the same. That is not the magical Yuki Nagato, the space and time traveler. That is, of course, the more lifelike Yuki, kind of acting a little shy there, but again, a very nice little figure of her. And then, of course, here we have Miss Haruhi Suzumiya, and this is just an absolutely huge figure. I was not expecting that one to be as tall as it was. And then the other thing, why, oh why, did they make her skirt so short? Even when you watch the recent Yuki Nagato TV series, it's like, you know, Haruhi is not one of those people that is going out there showing that much skin, so maybe the school designs their skirts that short and small, but not typically the look I'm used to seeing on Haruhi, that's for sure. I'm kind of used to a little bit longer skirt on her. Not saying that she actually, or most animes depict girls in longer skirts to begin with, but when it is maybe only a quarter inch or so from showing off your pantsu, then, well, just saying. But then, yeah, also over here I have kind of like, not the, you know, they're not mini Nendoroids so much as they're kind of like the mini Nendoroid version in a Game Prize figure. And I had the two in back here before with Kyon and Yuki, but then I picked up these other four in the front here. And we have, in her school swimsuit, but minus the glasses, you can tell these are the more normal time traveler, space alien. I'm not sure what is she a space alien or time traveler? What is she? I don't remember. Because she's part of the time and space database, etc. program. But yeah, and then we also have her in the yukata as well, wearing the little mask from the festival that they went to with the fireworks. Still need to try to find the Haruhi version in the yukata, but I do have her in the swimsuit one. And all these bases have little clocks on the bottom, so they are essentially not from the Disappearance arc, but they are from the Endless 8 arc. So kind of a mix here, whereas the two in the back on the black bases that say ready on them, obviously that is from the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. And then I also, you may recall, picked up some more figures for Lucky Star. And so I have them sitting across here. And kind of a mix here, because towards this side you see the two, these are the most recent ones, the two Gothic dress releases of the sisters. And there's the Taito Game Prize figure of Kanata. Now, there is one more out there that I'm wanting to get yet of, I can't think of her name right now, but Kagami's sister. And then, of course, we have Miyuki on the end here. I had that one for a while, but now I do have both sisters. And so basically, that's the four that are in the racing set. And kind of down here on the bottom shelf for the time being, until I can figure out room and accommodations. Yeah, I have my other couple Haruhi Suzumiya Game Prize figures, as well as the two in the Macross type cosplay set of Kagami and Miyuki from Lucky Star. So that's all of those. And of course on the end here I have my little Tachikoma that I've had for quite a while now. And the one I have of, oh, I can't think of her name right now either. This is one I picked up from Crunchyroll. Manamayuki, I believe, was her name. Again, that's one of those animes that I didn't really see, but it was just kind of like one of those really cheap figure pickups. It's like, hey, it's a cool figure. Don't know what you're from, but look really good on my shelf. So that's going to wrap up this video, though, but I kind of wanted to go through those quick and let you see where I was at on those, because, as I mentioned before, I felt like I didn't really want to take the time to actually do unboxing videos for the Game Prize figures, because it's like, yeah, they're not the highest value things out there, so didn't really want to spend a lot of time with them. So anyway, thanks for tuning in for another video on the channel. We'll catch you guys again soon.